Those of you like me who've been a Knicks fan pretty much your whole life, you guys know that nothing good ever happens to us. Nothing good ever happens to this team. Tonight, you had a chance to spoil the Brooklyn Nets. We're up over 20. We're up the entire game. And then the Nets go on a run in the third quarter. The fourth quarter, the Knicks go on a little bit of a run, come back. It's like, damn, the Knicks could have just gave up after they just blew a 20-point lead. I'm thinking, dude, we got this. We just need a couple of stops down the stretch. And RG gets an N1. And then after that, man, the rest, it's blurry to me, bro, being real with you. I can't believe the Knicks lost this game. Well, I guess I can believe it because I've seen it happen all season. But man, like we need to talk about RJ Barrett. RJ in this game was 7 of 27. He is not an efficient player, but again, he's 21. Like I'm not trying to act like he's supposed to run the Knicks and lead them to the playoffs. Man, he's so young. But remember, RJ is eligible for a max contract extension in the summer. Is RJ Barrett a max contract caliber player? I'm not sure, but he did play 45 minutes tonight, which goes to show the lack of depth. Is it lack of I mean, yeah, I guess it is lack of depth, but also Coach Tibb just playing the starters too much. Like Alex Burks was good tonight. He played 38 minutes. Jericho Sims played 35 minutes. Look at the Knicks bench. They had 3 players play off the bench. Now, if you look at their bench, I mean, remember they're missing Randall, but Mitch, of course, didn't play tonight. So what I did was in the community, I went over to the Kings and I messaged some fans, and I was like, I want De'Aaron Fox in New York so bad, but I can't convince Knicks fans. They won't listen to me. They want to just run with Quickly because if they go out and get Fox, you're going to have to give up picks and young players. And they're thinking, well, Quickly can be just as good, if not better than Fox for free because we draft them in the first round in the mid-20s. It's like, why should we go out and do this? And only a couple of them responded. But again, some of them did respond. And remember, these are diehard Kings fans. They have no reason to go out there and make excuses or make things up for Fox. And before I get into that, man, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. I'm covering the Knicks. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn. I'm covering the Knicks. There's no playoffs, so the Knicks aren't making the playoffs, bro. But I'm still gonna drop a video for you guys every single day because I'm Knicks Daily, and that's what I do. And I wish I started doing this a while ago because I've watched every Knicks game, bro. I went like 3-4 years without missing a Knicks game in high school. Freaking crazy, bro. But yeah, so let's talk about De'Aaron Fox. So you guys know Fox is not the best defender. You have to understand that he's asked to be the best offensive player. He's asked to do everything offensively. The best player that he's played with in Sacramento has been Harrison Barnes. Until Sabonis. And we're judging this guy on his inability to defend. I mean, there's been stretches in Fox's career where he's looked like an elite defender. And we know he's athletic. He's 6'3" and athletic. So he can become a good defender, all-NBA defender. You bring him over to the Knicks, everything changes. You've got RJ, you've got Julius Randle, you've got Coach Thibodeau. Everything is going to become a lot easier for De'Aaron Fox. And you guys got to remember that he is the fastest player in the league with the ball in his hands. The transition points are going to skyrocket with De'Aaron Fox. But let's take a look at what Kings fans had to say. So the first one says Fox has always had elite speed and body control and can score in the mid-range at an elite level, but he also is surrounded by a bad franchise in an era that has so many other elite guards. He may never get to the All-Star until the Kings start winning, even though he has put up All-Star numbers. I mean, what if De'Aaron Fox didn't play for the Sacramento Kings? Would we be looking at him in a different aspect, a different way? I'd have to say we would. De'Aaron Fox was on the New York Knicks, we'd be talking about him being a star. Because he plays in Sacramento, we don't talk about him at all. Fox is extremely underrated, and it's sad that some say he's overrated. His shooting has improved a lot later on the season, and his defense has as well. So I looked at De'Aaron Fox's three-point percentage. It was at 30%, which is obviously very bad. I mean, it's not like Russell Westbrook territory, but it's a little bit worse than John Morant and Giannis. Those guys aren't the best shooters by any means. Ja's not terrible, but I mean, you guys, Giannis, you guys know 30% for a 6'3" point guard is. But Fox's defense and his shooting have improved in the second half of the season, especially from mid range. So remember, guys, he's 24. He'll be 25 in December. That's so young, 25 years old. Uh, Man, he's not even in his prime yet. The last message, only 3 people reached out. Appreciate you guys for reaching out. Check the stats on his finishing around the rim last season. I think it might have been the best by a guard ever. The pressure he puts on the rim opens up so many opportunities for teammates, and he's a solid passer. Just needs to be surrounded with pieces. He also shot well from three since the All-Star break, so there's solid evidence his shot is improving, especially in the mid-range. Also, if the argument is he doesn't win, the best player he hasn't played with, has like since Sabonis has been Harrison Barnes. Sorry, guys, I'm not reading the greatest right now. It's 10:39 p.m. It's been kind of a longer day a little bit, so. But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm trying to convince Knicks fans that we need a star point guard this offseason. I don't want to go out and get Dame or Beal. I know that going out and getting a guy that can put up 25 to 30 every night is like what the Knicks need. But imagine how much it's going to cost to get Dame or Beal. You can get De'Aaron Fox probably for a couple of picks and players. I don't even think we'd have to give up quickly. I mean, just Fox's ability to push the pace and get to the rim at will is just going to open up everything. Because like down the stretch, the Knicks were driving in and just going nowhere. Wait, actually, Obi Toppin looked so good in this game, though, and he's looked good the past couple of games. I want to talk about Obi Toppin. He had 19 points, 7 of 13. Yeah, Obi looked good tonight, man. Just he's looked so much more confident from three. He was 2 of 4 tonight from there. Sims was great tonight as well. We gave up a couple of big runs, and it sucks because the Knicks have always run New York, and now the Nets. Well, last season the Nets didn't win anything, but I don't think they will this year either. But it's like, damn, bro. I still think if the Knicks go out this offseason and bring in Fox to pair with RJ Barrett and Julius Randle, I mean Randle would be the third option. Not a championship roster by any means, but just make the playoffs and keep developing and getting better. I don't want the Knicks to try to go all in and win a championship, but just build something good, man. If we're keeping Thibodeau, which looks like we are because the players have backed him in the locker room, the perfect point guard for Thibodeau's system is De'Aaron Fox. He would be so electric in New York. Not many players can handle the pressure of playing in MSG every single night, but De'Aaron Fox is one of the few players that thrives off of the energy. I mean, he's going to put up all-star numbers for the Knicks. The only question is, will the Kings trade Fox? Because they lost Halliburton. Are they really going to trade Halliburton and Fox? I don't know about that, man. But again, who thought they would have traded Halliburton? The NBA was shocked. It's the Kings, so. But yeah, even if we don't get Fox, going into the offseason, man, the priority has to be a point guard. I mean, I know I said before that if we get Jalen Brunson, or if we get a guy like a Tyus Jones, if we get a guy like a Ricky Rubio, that's completely fine. But I don't know, man. I guess I'm being a little bit greedy, but personally, I don't want to watch the Knicks lose anymore, man. Like I said, I don't care about a championship, bro. I just want a 500 competitive roster, man, that wins games, loses some, gets to the playoffs. And I'm not saying like, oh, if we go out and get Fox, well, we're just gonna lose in the first round every year. So why would we give up or give up some stuff? And it's like you're right on that, but also you're winning the trade because you're getting a star. Like De'Aaron Fox, if he was in New York putting up the same numbers, we'd be considering him a star. Knicks fans would praise him. I mean, his jersey would be all over New York. He'd be the best player on the team. And the Eastern Conference isn't the greatest. Like I know it's gotten better, but like the Miami Heat, sure they've got a good defense and they've got a breakout star in Tyler Hero, but it's like you're telling me Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, and De'Aaron Fox with the young guys improving can't go at the Heat and make it a tough series? Like I think they could. And I don't know, man. But yeah, Knicks Daily, tough loss tonight, man. Devastating loss. Just goes to show, man, kind of how bad the season's been. But it's only up from here, man. We'll see a totally different Knicks team next season. But yeah.